Hey everybody, Jennifer here again, and I am bringing you a little tour of my bookshelf. I have 3 bookshelves. One is this one here, which has all of my fiction books and nonfiction. I have 2 in my room, and both of those actually have all of my manga. My general bookshelf doesn't have any kind of rhyme or reason. It's not in genre order or author order or size order or color order. It has no order. Basically, wherever I can put the book is kind of where it ends up being. Actually got rid of a lot of books. I had quite a few on here that I had read that I just didn't really enjoy. And then from then on, I decided to only put books on my shelf that I actually enjoy, or some of these on here are ones that I have not finished reading yet. And then I try to make sure that I only put books on this shelf that I really like. My taste in books are kind of all over the place. Really, I will read just about anything. I have a couple of Anne Rice books on here. I used to be so obsessed with the Vampire Chronicles, you don't even understand. I did collect a lot of the Barnes & Noble classics as well. So I have a couple of these bigger editions. The gaps that you kind of see are because I pulled some books out. I'm going to be talking about a couple of the ones that stand out on my shelf for one reason or another, in my opinion. So starting off, I have a book called Struck by Lightning by Chris Colfer. I was obsessed with Chris Colfer when he came out in Glee. And so I have this book, and I have his Land of Stories as well. I actually have not read Land of Stories, but support your favorite authors. It's about a young boy who is struggling with life. He's in high school, he's kind of an outcast, he wants to be a writer, and basically things just don't turn out the way that he wanted at all. The next book that I'm going to talk about is this book called Flipped by Wendelin Van Dranen. I don't know, I should have looked that up ahead of time. But I don't actually hear a lot of people talk about this book. I've seen the movie as well, which was why I got the book, and I actually like both of them individually. And it's basically these 2 individuals, this young boy and this young girl, who kind of, they're in each other's lives, and at one point he likes her, and then, you know, a year later she likes him, but he doesn't like her, and then they just never connect. It's a really cute story. I liked it a lot. I very much enjoyed it. It wasn't too dramatic, and the 2 characters were very cute. I also have a lot of these Barnes & Noble classics. This one is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, which, if you ask anybody that knows me, I for some reason really love Frankenstein. Like anytime somebody's like, oh, recommend a horror book for me, my go-to is always Frankenstein. It's so good. And I think by the end of the book, when you're getting to the climax, I was just like awestruck the first time I read it. Like I had shivers up and down my spine. It really got me thinking, basically, about life, about death, and how you really shouldn't play God. I already said I have a lot of manga, and I actually have a lot of books that are translated from Japanese to English. One of my favorite ones is this book called Socrates in Love. It's basically about this young boy who likes this girl, and he wants to get a message out to her that she'll hear on this radio station. And in his head, the best way to try to get the radio station to pick his little voice message is by creating something very drastic that will make them, like, it'll really catch their attention. So he ends up telling the radio station that she's very sick, that I believe that she has some kind of cancer. So he wanted to send out this message to her. So they go ahead and pick the message. It ends up on the radio. It's like, oh, that's so cute. No, she does end up getting very sick with cancer. And then he just is so heartbroken by it. It's another really sad book, but I actually really enjoyed it. I love both of the characters. I love the story. It was sad, but it also has a bittersweet type of ending. But I have a ton of Japanese translated to English books. I also have a few YouTuber books. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watched YouTube since it started. And became a thing before it actually became a big thing. One of my favorite YouTubers is Mamrie Hart. She wrote this book, You Deserve a Drink, which is the title of one of her YouTube series. She is hilarious. She has always been one of my favorite YouTubers, even since the beginning. And this book is absolutely hilarious. She's from North Carolina, originally moved to LA, and then started her YouTube career from there. And then I also have Dan and Phil's This Amazing Book Is Not on Fire. I love Dan and Phil. You don't even understand. They're both so adorable. Their appeal is that they're very quirky and different, and one's just kind of really depressed all the time, and the other one is just like this ball of sunshine. And somehow when they collaborate, it's just the most amazing thing ever. They typically are just their genuine selves. This book is a collaboration between the two of them of their world tour and different pictures and stories from the tour. I did see them the first time that they came around to the US because they are British YouTubers, and it was so good. I took my sister. She had never heard of Dan and Phil before, and she came out of it loving them. They are so cute. This book is also very cute. But I have a lot of YouTuber books as well. These are not the only two. They're just my two favorites. I also have quite a few of these Barnes & Noble editions with the hardback covers. They're really pretty hardback covers. This one is Bullfinch's Mythology, which I love mythology, Norse mythology, Greek mythology, any mythology, I love it. And I have the Iliad and the Odyssey and King Arthur and his knights. I just love mythology and folklore and things like that, okay? I went out of my way to try to get the really pretty editions of these ones. I believe I also have Wicked as well. And the last book I wanted to talk to you about that's on my shelf is one that I'm actually going to be talking about next week for our favorite series. It's a book called Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I've literally recommended this book to just about every single person that's like, hey, is there a book that you like? I'll read it. And I'm like, yes, read this one. I have 2 copies. One is the one that I read all the time, and the other one better not ever be opened ever. It better stay in pristine condition for the rest of its life. That's why I bought a second one. I hope to get a third one that will be a hardcover that also will never be opened. I'm just gonna read from the one, that's all. The other ones are just there for show, but that's how much I love this book. It's so cute. I love Aristotle, I love Dante, I love the story, I love the characters, I love everything about it, like you don't even understand. But I'll get more into the actual story later. I don't have a lot of decorations on my bookshelf, if you can tell. The only things I have are my little skeletal animals and my little dragons, which these little dragons I had bought a long time ago. My sister bought me a whole bunch of them as well for my birthday. They're just little dragons that are doing menial tasks. I don't know why I think they're so cute. This one is a little dragon that doesn't want to wash dishes. Like, is that not me? I hate washing dishes. I will literally clean the bathroom before I wash dishes. I don't know what it is. I just hate washing dishes. And these are my little skeletal animals. I have this koala one, this little sheepy one, and this little owl one. I love all of them so much. I bought them also a very, very long time ago, and I got a bunch of them for my birthdays. It was just this cute little thing that I like to collect. If I can find more, I definitely will try to purchase more. Anytime that I, happen upon one of them, I like immediately try to grab them. These are not the only 3 that I have, but they're the only 3 that are on this shelf. I also have my little Walking Dead figurines. They're so adorable, these little Funko Pop ones. And then last but not least, I have these little voodoo dolls. I have a third one that's on the shelf that's a little vampire. I don't know why I collected these. They're just adorable, and I actually got one as a gift as well from a coworker a long time ago, but they're so cute. I just love them. And that's it. That's on my bookshelf. There's a ton of books on here. I also have a Guardians collection that I have never opened because I fear opening them. I have read the books, just not the ones that I bought because once they're open, they lose their prettiness and their newness. I don't want to open it. And that's generally my bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too long, and I will see you next week. Bye.